Welcome to day 24 of 40 Seconds for 40 Days. I want to share a really beautiful idea with you. There's a letter that's written by the Balatani, Rav Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the founder of the Chabad movement in the 1700s, and he writes a letter to his mechutan because their grandchildren married each other, Rav Levi Yitzchak Miberditchev. And he writes the following letter. He says that you need to know something happened that was incredible, and we have to celebrate as a result of it. He was imprisoned. The Balatani was imprisoned by the Russian government, and he was released on a very special day, and that is the 19th of Kislev. You ask any Chabadnik around the world, the 19th of Kislev is Kodesh HaKodashim. It's one of the holiest days of the year. They have a Fabringen, they do a whole celebration because of the fact that this was the day that the Balatani was freed from prison. What I want to share with you is something that is so special, and that is in the letter that he writes to his mechutan, to the Rav Levi Yitzchak Miberditchev. He writes as follows. He says, you need to know, Ein zos ki im me'es Hashem. You need to know that everything that happened was only from Hashem. Haisa zos v'niflas beinenu. It was something that was wonderful in our eyes, something that could only be explained through divine intervention. And you have to recognize what was going on. This guy was in prison. I shouldn't call him a guy. This great rabbi was in prison. He was being held captive, being held hostage by a government that hated Jewish people. And all you could imagine that he wanted was to get out. And all you could imagine is that afterwards there would be perhaps a semblance of resentment towards the Almighty, that this had to be his plight. He was a great rabbi. He was doing good things. Why would his fate be to be put in jail? But instead of seeing the obvious bad that was there, he said, look at this great miracle from Hashem. And we have to ask ourselves, how many moments of our lives can be seen in two different ways? That on the one hand, we can see it as a terrible event, something that we are, in a sense, angry at Hashem about. Or on the other hand, that we can see it as a blessing from Hashem, that something happened beautiful as a result of this. It's not always easy to do that, but if we can understand that there were individuals as great as the Balatanya who were freed from imprisonment and were able to say, Baruch Hashem, that he saved me and protected me from this moment, how can we find those moments in our lives where we're thankful to Hashem for something that he did for us in a way that perhaps, unless we thought about it a little bit more, that we wouldn't necessarily be able to say that. How can we push ourselves, strive for a level like that? We should find moments in our lives in which perhaps we are not always able to easily say thanks to Hashem and push ourselves to do so, because it's finding the beauty in difficult moments that ultimately can bring us closer to the Almighty. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.